Hey Clash, is the last sneak peek of the Town Hall 15 update, and we are going to get a new troop to Clash of Clans. The Electro Titan is going to unlock on Town Hall 14, and it's a really unique troop, which is a combination of a tank and a damage dealer with her aura, especially where she's dealing damage around her, which is making her a really unique new troop. As well, if you liked all of my sneak peeks, if you like the videos which I'm doing on this channel and you would like to support me, make sure to use the creator code when you're buying anything in-game, any offers, the gold pass, whatever, and make sure to use code iTzu. Really appreciate it, but now let's dive into the stats. The first things first, all of those stats are correct with one exception, okay? The aura damage per second should be more like 120 because the 50 damage is per pulse, which means like she's sending damage waves to the outside, which is every 0.4 seconds, and that is 50 damage. So it's round about 120 damage-ish. At the same time, you can see all of the upgrade stats, and as I said, you unlock her on Town Hall 14. The next thing which is interesting about her aura is that the aura is stacking. So more Electro Titans means more damage with her aura. The next thing is, we have now the Lava Hound defensive clan castle meta for so long, okay? And it's getting boring. So finally we have an answer. Because this new troop is attacking ground and air. The same thing with her aura. Which means if she is pushing in and taking down the Lava Hound, those pups are dying right away. They are not existent. So this is already a huge power for her in a lot of different attacks. But how is she useful on defense? Well, you can use her on defense as well to defend certain strategies. For example, a blizzard. If you can make sure that you like dictate the attacker the correct angle and he has to blimp next to your clan castle, you can use an Electro Titan. The aura is going to take down whatever this person is having in his blimp. If it's super archers, super wizards, whatever, you're going to take it down with your new defensive troop. At the same time though, I'm not sure if it's the best all-rounder defensive troop, because if you take a look at this interaction versus a Queen Charge, for example, or pretty much any other attack, it feels like the aura is not really big enough to reach, for example, the healers and have a big enough impact. So it's really situational, where you can defend certain strategies on your bases if you feel like, okay, you want to use invisibility towers because they are just good for you to defend on 1-stars. At the same time though, you want to defend Blizzard as well. So it's really up to you. The next thing a lot of you would probably want to see is, how does she work in the blimp? So let's use a Yeti and one Electro Titan in the blimp and see how much value we can get, especially with the Rage. We can see the value isn't that great. So let's compare this, okay? Let's do the exact same blimp, but this time around though, with the classic Yeti blimp, with one additional loon because we have 5 new housing spots in our clan castle, right? So let's do the exact same thing. The queen is in the exact same position. Everything is the same. The only difference is this compartment is pretty much cleared when it's coming down to defenses. The reason for this is that you cannot rage the aura of the Electro Titan. So yes, it's stacking, but you cannot rage it. Now let's get to the point where I'm going to suggest the best strategies with this troop. All of those casuals out there, make sure you're paying attention now, because this might be the new best ground spam strategy which is out there. To all of those pro players and base builds out there, just look away. You will get mad, otherwise really bad. Because with this strategy, you can 3-star pretty much any base with just 9 Electro Titans, and you're just spamming them in. 2 on each flank, then put everything in the middle with the remaining Electro Titans, with your heroes, with the lock launcher. And with that, you're just 3-starring and running over bases. Yes, I can see now the argument that people are saying this is a ring base, this is classic, this is super stacked, you have a new troop which is doing splash damage with the aura. Of course this works. Well, we're going to take a look in just a second, the same attack versus a different style of base, and see how it works over there. But the combination of all of those freezes and then all of those titans which are just so tanky, it's quite a lot. It's really powerful, and I mean, in my opinion, it's sadly working quite well. But for all of those people out there who were concerned about Town Hall 15 and how difficult it is, this might be an option for you. It's not working that great though versus the poison towers, but I feel like that's then up to you if you want to risk it. But let's take a look at another base, another attack, okay? Again, we're just drawing a line pretty much with the Electro Titans, putting everything into the base, and using the lock launcher again with the heroes, with everything, just putting everything in. At the same time though, now we'll just keep using the freezes to make sure that the beginning is not dealing too much damage to us, especially the single front towers, the eagle, those are your main targets. At this point though, you can see the plan is not going to work, because my titans did not take down the defending king at the top side quick enough, which means the funnel is completely messed up. All of my troops are running around the top side, and this attack is looking like a true fail. Well, not with Electro Titans. With Electro Titans, I have still the chance of coming back because it's Electro Titans. I don't even know. Wall break, jump to get my troops back into the main compartment, which is that tunnel compartment. And at this point, maybe you think it's fail, maybe you think it's a 3-star. Let's just watch it, because Warden ability with that right together is going to give us a nice power boost to push in. At this point now, we have 2 invisibility spells still against us. The point though is, with the splash and with the aura of the Titans, well, they don't care too much about the fact that, well, things are invisible. The aura is going to damage that either way, and now I can just keep freezing the monolith and the town hall for, in the end, being able to swag 2 hero abilities and an invisibility spell if I want to. So you see already, this strategy is quite powerful. Let's call it this. But don't worry, you can not only spam this troop, okay? You can use it in a more strategic way as well. For example, what you can do really nicely is hero dives and support those hero dives with the Electro Titans. It's quite expensive, but for example, you can do kill squads with, for example, back-end Hog Riders. All of this is possible. Again, the options are endless, as pretty much everything in this update. But now I want to touch on something which a lot of you already asked. Super bowlers. iTzu, how good are our super bowlers on Town Hall 15? And I want to compare it, okay? I want to show you again the same attack with 2 different strategies on the same base, okay? That is the idea. So we're doing on both attacks the exact same Warden Walk. We're going to use on both attacks the exact same King Pathing, and then using once the Electro Titans, and then after that the super bowlers. So you can compare it, you can see the strength and weaknesses, but I will already talk about that. So what is the strength of Electro Titans? The good strength pretty much is that, well, you do not have to worry about skeleton traps, the defending clan castle. You will do consistent damage in the core even though things are getting turned invisible. The big downside though is that it's really hard to get your healers transitioned to the Electro Titans. If that does not happen and your healers are sticking to the Warden, you are going to have a big problem. Because without the healing and only 4 Titans, it's quite hard to keep them alive. Luckily for us, they have switched. Luckily for us, the healers are now on the Titans. And with all of those rages, we should keep all of those troops alive. That's the good thing for us. Now with the Royal Champ support and everything, we can see already slowly that we're pushing through the Town Hall Poison, even with the invisibility towers. And that's another thing. The Lock Launch is a great way to counter those, even with smash attacks, okay? Now back-end freezes. The cool thing about this, which is another strength of this strategy, you have another super troop which you can use. You can use Sneaky Goblins to, I don't know, make your Warden Walk go quicker. You can use Electro, the Rocket Loons on the back end if you want to snipe certain things, which I like. It's totally up to you. Let me know what your favorite combination is. What would you use if you're doing a smash with the Electro Titans? What would you use on the back end or overall as a second super troop? I guess super wall breakers are kind of obvious, but what would be the second one in your opinion? But either way, now let's get to the super bowlers. Since we have talked about all of the strength of the Electro Titans, now the thing is, let's talk about the big plus point for super bowlers. I mean, it's obvious that they're strong. I mean, it's obvious that they're rocks which are flying and everything is really strong. I mean, it's obvious that they're really good as a ranged troop, being tanky. And now the important thing is coming, that the healer transition is so easy. Because it is a ranged troop, the healers are way quicker to switch over. Because while Titans are always in melee mode and way further in front of the Warden, the super bowlers are kind of close by, which means the healers are more likely to switch, which is a huge thing. So I feel like either way, the super bowlers are for sure easier to play. What is stronger? Well, that's up to you, because I feel like the main weakness though of super bowlers is just the defending hounds. If there's still a defending hound meta, which I guess it would still be, then, well, super bowlers will struggle quite a bit, because super bowlers are already pushing ahead, but your queen is going to be stuck. On this one you can see that, well, we're struggling quite a bit. we're struggling quite a bit. With the lower hit points of the Super Bowlers and overall being a little bit more weaker when it's coming down to the raw stats, it's a really a big problem to push through those really stacked cores with the Super Bowlers. So I guess there's always going to be some better, some worse bases, but overall I can spoil you already that it's still going to be a 3-star. It's way closer, but it's a 3-star. Now the question is, what do you rate higher? An easier attack strategy which has pretty good power overall, or a way harder strategy with the Electro Titans to make the healer switches, but overall it feels like if you make that work, it's a really powerful ball which can roll through the base. Overall, I think it's a cool troop. The only thing where I'm concerned, to be honest, is with the 9 Titan strategy, because this looks, I don't want to call it broken, but it looks really strong, okay? If it's broken, I will let that up to you. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as I said in the beginning, if you like my videos, if you would like to support the channel and me, make sure you use code iTzu when you're buying anything in the in-game shop, or Go Pass, for example. Thank you so much for that, thank you for the insane support, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next video. Until then, see ya, and bye bye.